All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 day challenge. This is day 241. So let's get things started. All right, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance remains the same. So I've actually entered the experimental trade in terms of link and actually took a little bit of a small profit, I think just $5 to $10. It was actually going towards my profit target because it was a short. And then after that, when I see a very strong bounce, I close out based on that. So do bear in mind that for short trade right now, I do tend to be a little bit more aggressive to just close out in just a small profit position. Whereas in long term, I'm still more bullish in terms of a mid to long term kind of view. So yep, otherwise, mentioning on this trade, actually quite sadly, I did miss this trade because I didn't place the buy stop order in time. So I was just hoping that you could actually consolidate for a longer duration and then maybe only after I was at my work and then I miss it. So yeah, it is something that to bear in mind. But otherwise, if you have listened to what I mentioned yesterday, I did say that to wait for consolidation over here, see a pullback, see support from over here, and then I'll put a buy stop order right over there. So if you have put there, right now you'll be in the profit. You could have a trailing stop loss, you can actually move it up as long as it doesn't close below the 20 exponential moving average. I'll remain to be in this trade. So yeah, so there will be the potential setup if I miss it myself, but if you have entered this trade, this will be the kind of entry and setup that I'll be going for. So yeah, this will be based on price action itself. So if it does actually falls back to here and find support at the 20 exponential moving average, what I will do is I'll enter a new trade coins, in which case I haven't entered yet. So that will be my kind of trade. And the reason why I'm bullish is because you can see that even though this was clearly a resistance zone 1 time, 2 time, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and these are 6 times, you can see that on the daily chart, we sort of was rather supportive in that sense. So yeah, just switch back to it. So yeah, so now we are very likely going to form potentially, we could actually be seeing bullish momentum this week because not only do we found support at this 50 simple moving average, we're also crossing below this downslope trend line very nicely. If we do close with a green bullish candle today itself, and potentially if we do actually, even if we do consolidate say for a day or two, we'll still be rather healthy as long as we maintain above at least 20 exponential moving average itself. So that's something to bear in mind. And finally, yeah, otherwise on the weekly chart, because today is a Monday, so covering on the weekly chart itself, do bear in mind that we are still a little bit above the 20 exponential average, but it is a fair time that we have actually consolidated for quite a good period of time. Consider this will be 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and 5 weeks. Similarly, we have 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks before we break. So this week will be like 5 weeks before we actually have a break, which will be good because you can see the gap between the 20 exponential moving average and the price itself is much closer compared to over here than over here. So these are very great signs. So a lot of people are probably pushing their buy order upwards. So in which case there will be less sellers over here because they'll be interested that it will be much harder to sell. So they will want a much higher push. So there'll be the path of least resistance in my opinion, but I'm not saying that it couldn't go down. I'm saying that there'll be a lot of buyers, me, myself included, that'll be interested to get in if it actually does come to this 20 exponential moving average on the weekly chart itself. Otherwise, that's more or less the quick update I have for you guys today. So sadly, I missed this trade, but do bear in mind that if you do miss this trade, do not chase this trade because I mentioned we enter a long right now, you don't have a good setup and it's very likely to pull back and you won't have a good position sizing and risk to reward setup. Otherwise, that's more or less about it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.